Today I'm very excited to be doing an unboxing of the latest Doctor Who toy from Character Options, and this is the second Doctor from the Abominable Snowmen TARDIS set. This set's exciting for a number of different reasons. First of all, this is a variant of the second Doctor that fans have been after for a very long time in his fur coat. But also, we haven't had an electronic classic TARDIS for a very long time, probably near a decade. This set also comes from a story that is sort of shrouded in mystery really, as very little of it actually survives. We have telesnaps and some on-set photography, and of course we've got audio recordings, but very little visual reference material survives. Or at least that we know of as of the time of this video. And this story is significant for introducing fans to the Yeti and the Great Intelligence, who would go on to reoccur in other Doctor Who stories later on. So first off, let's have a look at the packaging. It is the standard branded packaging we've seen many other times before. It's just the basic blue, and obviously it's got the information on it there about it being electronic and what story it's from. On the back of the box we have an image of the product itself. We can see the TARDIS, we can see the second Doctor there, but there's also some text here which is quite nice. This is telling us what the story is about, but it also goes on to list the inconsistencies in the story and why certain things are a little bit different about this set, or why this set is particularly special for Doctor Who fans. And I'll talk a little bit about this later on in the video. So here we have the set out of the packaging, and I thought I'd just do a little mention about the actual inset itself, the inlay, which is a cardboard piece. It's a really nice design. What we can see here is obviously a screenshot of Wales, which was doubling for Tibet at the time, and we can see here that they've gone to the extra effort of putting in a Yeti there on the corner, which I think is a really nice touch, and yeah, again, captures the story and brings the set to life a little bit more, which is lovely. So looking at the second Doctor figure first. This is of course capturing his fur coat look, which is great. Now, as I said before, there's very little visual reference material left, but we can see from some of these telesnaps and some of the surviving footage what the costume looked like. And for my money, this is a really good likeness of that outfit. I think this looks fantastic. I love the paintwork that they've done with this. I love having the extra paint apps in there to have the brown mixed in with the grey and there's a really nice texture to this coat as well. It's a hard plastic, but it feels chunky and heavy, and it looks really good. If I had one criticism of it though, I would say that the rope that he ties the coat together with hasn't come out very clearly, and it's got a bit lost in the paint apps. So the paint apps around it seem to be a much thicker brown line, and is actually the case for the rope, because the rope is very small. So it's not super clear that that's what it's meant to be, although it is in the mould, which is nice. It's built into the mould, it's not just painted on, which is really good. But yeah, it's got where it's tied together in the knot, it's got a little bit smudged, but that's a very minor niggle. The head sculpt seems to be the one that we've seen before on the Patrick Troughton, so no complaints there. It's a really good likeness and sensible to reuse it. Now in terms of articulation, he can move his head from side to side. Mine's a little bit stiff, it is brand new, but movement is going to be restricted by the collar. In terms of his arms, he does have the shoulder articulation that just goes up and down. It is a straight swivel. He does also have a swivel at the bicep there as well, and he has the single jointed elbow. Yeah, it doesn't look great when you do that. It's too much of a chunk out of the elbow to look good. The trick will be to position it in a way that looks favourable at the angle you're looking at it from. The hands do swivel at the wrist, but it is incredibly difficult to get any movement out of them, to be honest, because of the sleeves there. So the articulation is massively hindered by the coat. Now likewise, the leg articulation, although there is a hinge joint there in the hips, you can spread his legs out a little bit, which is good, but you're not going to be able to make the use of them too much really, because again the coat is there. Although the coat is a semi-soft plastic, you can't really do much with it. So he does have the single jointed knees, and that's it. The feet don't articulate, there's no ankle pivots or anything like that, but then we know to expect that. Now, I mentioned before that the back of the box talked about some of the inconsistencies with this TARDIS, and you can see here that the door panel is on the wrong side. So this is something that actually happened on set with the actual prop. For some reason they rearranged the doors and got it the wrong way around, and Character Options have decided to be super faithful to this and recreate it in the toy, which I think is a really nice touch, and again has that extra attention to detail which I really like. The doors do open up, of course. Inside, sadly, there's no inset. I think it'd be really nice if they just had a cardboard image of the console or something like that, but not to worry. Now, those who are familiar with the classic TARDIS sets, you'll know, of course, when you flick a switch at the bottom of the platform, there is an action feature that triggers the door to shut. Now, the overall appearance of the TARDIS is really very nice, and I love how they've rendered this. So they've given it a bit of a white paint wash over it to give it that sense of being worn and a bit dirty and a bit used, a bit lived in, and I think it looks really good. I love how faded some of the lettering is as well. You can get some of the detail here, and you can see that. I love the detailing on the public call box sign as well. It just looks like it's been worn around the edges, and of course we can see the different kind of glass that's been used for the windows there. What should be glass, of course it is plastic, but you know, it creates that extra texture, and again, very, very faithful to what we see in the show. And of course, the lamp on top of the TARDIS is always of keen interest, and especially this one as it does light up. Now, once you've added your batteries, there's a little switch at the bottom of the TARDIS that allows you to switch it on, and there is a little button here. Of course, it makes the TARDIS sounds and the TARDIS lights up. What's great about this is that it's hinged in such a way that as soon as you rest it flat, that is when the TARDIS comes to life. So there it is. For me, I absolutely love this set. It is quite expensive. It is available exclusively through the Character Options website, so this isn't something you can buy in B&M or Forbidden Planet or any of those chains. You have to get it directly through the website. It is retailed at £40, but I actually think this is an opportunity to get your hands on a classic TARDIS that lights up, has sound effects, and of course comes with a much sought after variant of the Second Doctor. This is a really lovely set, and I give it 5 stars, and I definitely recommend it if you're a fan. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a like, and remember to subscribe, as I'll be posting a lot more videos soon.